All right, how you guys doing? So it's Arbanaka here. I found this video clip on Facebook, and then I thought it was actually quite interesting. It shows some kids, and that happened. Appears to be in a housing project or something like that. Well, they're not kids really; they're just like young men, and they are confronting these Hispanic people in the background that you see right here. So let's see what actually take place.
Thumbs up, bro. Oh. Stop playing me, son. Shut. Oh. Stop playing me, son. Shut. Stop playing me, bro. Stop playing me, son. Stop fucking playing me. Oh. Stop playing me, son. Shut. Stop talking that dumb shit. Stop talking that dumb shit, bro. Stop talking that dumb shit. Oh. Stop playing me, son. Shut. Oh. Stop shit out my nigga. Oh. All right, go.
So what was the whole point of that? What was actually the whole point of that? You know? But anyways. So yeah. See, we do have people that just determined to fuck with you. Right? They don't care. There's no civility among them, none of that stuff. They just want to be able to get to you and assault you. Basically, what we just seen right now was just a humiliation ritual. And sorry to say, man, but these guys in the hallway and shit like that, they didn't really fight back. They didn't do nothing. And to me, that was useless. That was senseless. Hey, who knows? Maybe I can learn something from them. Maybe that's their way of trying to teach me how to de-escalate situations, to maybe he didn't say sorry. Maybe he should have said sorry. Maybe if he had said sorry, that all the slap wouldn't happen. Obviously, you don't really believe that. Because some people, they just there to make your life a living hell. They're just there to actually do something to you. And then regardless on how you try to approach it, try to do the Jesus thing, turn the other cheek or whatever the case may be. They are there to mess with you. Don't believe that for a second that some people can de-escalate, or that you can somehow de-escalate situation when you are dealing with those who are irrational. Because that's how bullies work. When they sense weakness, they take advantage of that. They prey on that. Now imagine, right? Imagine if one of these guys decided to pull a baseball bat, a machete, or something that they would be able to defend themselves. What if one of them decided to invoke their First Amendment right? Let me show the video again. Let me show it again. Because I want y'all to see. What the bloody hell is it? Where are you, mate? There you go.
Oh. Oh.
Let's start that from the beginning.
Oh.
Oh. So yeah, why the fuck these three guys didn't do shit? This is how a lot of these things work, right? Because people will have you believe like, well, you know what? Put your big boy's pennies on and take that slap, handle it, blah, blah, blah. This is how bullies work. They're looking for soft target. They're looking for people that's not going to fight back. They're looking for easy prey. That's what they're looking for. And these same individual, right? These three kids right here, had the Hispanic men did something to them, and if they had gotten hurt in the process, you know what the media would have said? or people who actually, give excuses or justification to these bad behavior, they will say something like, "Oh, these men were racist." You know, you got to squeeze. Sometimes you have to squeeze a racist to get the racism out of them, or something like that. Right? You squeeze a race. You squeeze an orange, you get orange juice. You squeeze a racist, you get a gun pulled out on you, or something like that. So this is why a lot of time things happens in the hood, because you have two sectors, right? You have shit starters, and you have those who end the shit. So unless we're willing to address the culture itself, unless we stop making excuses for these bad behavior, things like that will continue to happen. You're gonna see the violence continue to escalate, and those violence will be fatal. I know. Once I actually say things like that, I get accused of being a coon, or I get accused of quote unquote advocating for murder, right? So, but no, you can't defend yourself, huh? And that's the BS that happened. You're supposed to be able to defend yourself or stop the shit before it gets to that situation. Because bullies, they're looking for a soft target. And when they know that their situation can be worsened if they attack you, that's the only time they will stop. So, like the last time, right? When I said you use your gun as a shield until you need to use it as a sword. But you're not supposed to pull a gun out on people because it's dangerous. Yeah, that's the whole point. Because the people attacking you know that, don't fuck with me. Your Second Amendment right is there for a reason. It's there for a purpose. You think these motherfuckers can be reasoned with? No. You over escalate to de escalate. But obviously, those with Stockholm syndrome are not going to be able to realize that, because, it's. Look at this fool right here.
Oh, stop me. Shit out my nigga. Oh, I go.
You heard that, right? When the guy was like, "All right, go." Like I said, it's anyways. So yeah, this is the crap that happened. Hold on a second. Had to check had to check a Mexican yesterday because he was talking shit about black people, thinking I couldn't understand. Need context. All right. So in what way do you think you need context? So if someone says something that quote unquote you don't like, right? So that automatically gives you the right to whoop his ass. Is that the context you're looking for? Okay, so you slap him once, and then what? You continue, you repeatedly continue to slap him. What context are you looking for in that instance where you continue to assault someone that's not even fighting back? And what up, Marquise? By the way. And so, what context are you looking for, Marquise? Because if you're an officer, right? You are an officer. And now, well, I don't know if you're an officer or not, but you say you work in the enforcement field. So I don't know if you're an officer or you're security or whatever the case may be. So let's take things in the concept of the law, right? In the context of the law, is word violent? If words are violent, I don't know. I want to know about which law is that. I understand that. What's going on, Diamond Princess? I understand that, and from a psychological perspective, then yeah, people can say things that would actually irritate you, that you might want to slap the fuck out of him. I get that part, right? But now, okay, I used to be. Okay, cool. So now, in the concept of the law, if you're going to make an arrest, when you show up there, right? Somebody call the cops on you, stuff like that, right? And you see this video. Are you gonna ask the Mexican, well, what did you say to these guys that they actually end up whooping your ass? Or is that clearly a violation upon someone else's person? Because in the eyes of the law, that is clearly assault right there. And as you can see, the other person, it wasn't a brawl. I can understand a fight. A fight means that you have two people giving the consent. The two people pretty much give the consent to fight. It's an equal opportunity right there. Right? Let's say you have an argument and then the argument turns into a fight and stuff like that, right? So, hey, what's going on? I was just showing hold on, let me show you the video again real quick, Diamond Princess. It was a video of like 3 youth in a project, was assaulting an Hispanic man. Hold on, I'm gonna show it to you real quick so you see what I'm talking about. All right. Hold up. All right. So yeah, ready? Kurva. Hold up. What the hell? Man, tell me I gotta go all the way back to find this shit. Hold up. All right, it's fucking taking forever. Basically, Diamond Princess, there was like this Hispanic, there was these 3 urban youth in a hallway, and then they actually decided to attack a Hispanic man. And they just like slap him repeatedly, and the guy didn't even fight back, didn't do nothing. Hold on a second. Georgia has a fighting word clause to establish a fay from battery. All right, so what is the fighting word in Georgia? Do you also have the statute code for to establish your case, Marquise? Because like I said, right, I get it. Sometimes people may say things that will piss you off, that you might want to slap the fuck out of them. I get that part. Say they might say something about your daughter or your wife or whatever the case may be. Right, I get that part. But in the eyes of the law, when you assault someone, you put your hands on them first, then you the one that started the thing. You threaten them, then you the one that started the thing. Because listen, I understand from a military perspective, right? There is such thing as a preemptive strike. See, if you are being approached by multiple enemies, and then you cannot wait for them to attack you first, then you strike first. I get that part. And sometimes when you feel like your life is threatened, or when you feel threatening, then you strike first. So now you have to ask yourself, did this Hispanic man actually pose any threat to these guys? Let me show you the video again. Because let's talk about law. Because sometimes you have to establish, and first, you do have to establish context. But at the end of the day, if you continue to assault someone, that is not you feeling threatening. That is you, being a bully. That's you become the assaulter. You become the perpetrator in that sense, right? Hold on a second. Gotta bloody find that shit again. Jesus Christ. Try Jesus. Please don't try me. 'Cause I throw hands. Try Jesus. What a my internet is slow as hell right now. This goes out because where I'm at. Hold up. Well, anyway, how you guys doing? Dude, freaking loves that. Hold on, I'll find it. All right. Ready? Hold on. I'm about to put it for you. I'm about to show it to you again, Diamond Princess. So this is what I'm talking about. So
slap the shit out my nigga. Slap the shit out my nigga. All right, go.
So Marquise, what concept do you need at the moment? You know, what is the context that you would actually need at the moment? You know, because we all know sometimes people try to justify anything. All right. So I have a small trucking company and I'm a gunsmith. Okay. That's good, man. That's cool. So now what concept would you be looking for in that situation, Marquise? Because you do realize, right? A lot of time when people are attacking you, what they try to do is they try to justify the reason why they are attacking you. And you see it all the time. Let's say you want to attack a white person, right? All you have to claim is that, or that person, is racist. And all of a sudden, that is the end of justification for people to come out of the woodwork and make excuses for you, right? Let's say, for example, right?
Okay, I'll take a walk, babe.
A woman.
Okay.
Oh, no. All right, let me just pause this real quick. All right. So, for instance, right? Oh. So, for instance, right? A woman can actually come up to you and slap the shit out of you, right? And if you slap her back, all of a sudden she's a victim. And we do see that a lot in our society where you have a group of people that just go out of their way to mess with folks, right? To mess with folks and then claim the victim status. Hold on a second. What happened before? Did you grab his butt or something? Well, see, now we don't know. We're just making things up, right? So who knows? Who knows what happened? But let's say that didn't happen. Let's say that actually didn't happen. Now, what is the excuse? And that's the thing though, like, because a lot of time we wish something would have happened in order to justify that type of assault. We wish something would have happened so we could point out to that situation, but aha, see, that Hispanic man deserved that ass whooping. That Hispanic man deserved to be slapped multiple times because he did something wrong. A lot of time that's the excuses that we're looking for in order to actually justify the wrong behavior, the type of behavior that is very trashy, very ghetto like, you know? And that is the issue that I have with, because it's not about a black and white issue, right? Or racial issue. Because the same way that you have these three kids, they could have been any color. Ghetto is ghetto, right? And I have an issue with bullies. People that believe that they can actually put their hands on someone else when it's not warranted, right? When it's not warranted, but you think that you feel you can actually put your hands on someone else because A, you might have a disagreement, or B, you just feel like you can punk someone, right? That's why I'm very pro Second Amendment and I'm very pro self-defense. So therefore, you like, let's say someone says something to you, right? Or you in a situation where the person, you get a bad vibe from that person, then you walk away, right? It is your right to walk away. But when someone is dead set on confronting you, right, trying to start something with you, and you don't want to start anything with that person, threaten you, try to whoop your ass, try to do a whole bunch of stuff, and the situation will escalate to that point, you're supposed to try to stop it before it gets to that situation, before it gets to that level. That is the difference. Because those who want to fuck with others, they always gonna try to look for soft target. They always gonna try to attack people that they know cannot retaliate back. I can make an assumption that, hey, well, maybe this Hispanic people, they were illegals, so they didn't want to get into any sort of trouble, right? Or something of that nature. They look older, so then therefore these youth, they feel confident that they can actually attack them without any repercussion. That's why they look for the type of like you said, right, the pick me's. No, not the pick me's, the easy picks in the hood. People that they can rob over and over and over again, and they know that these people ain't gonna fight back, right? That's what they're looking for. And these criminals now, imagine, let's say you call the cops on them, and then the cops try to arrest them and all this shit, right? And then the fight, brawl came out and everything, right? And then one of them get hurt. Guess what happened now? These kids will be the heroes. They will come across as, oh no, they didn't do nothing, man. All that shit, right? So it's like, if we're not willing to address that criminal element in our community, then we're constantly gonna be behind. We're constantly gonna have to play catch up with other cultures, with other races, because we refuse to actually even address it. And those who address it are considered coon, sellout, or any type of racial slur that these individuals can actually come up with. Because you do understand, like, these type of criminal element, they want you to make excuses for them. They want you to be able to justify their action, because we have this fantasy that we look at some of these youth as the Wakanda warriors of our class or something like that, right? We in a country of it's a lawful country, right? So we don't have lawlessness. Those type of behaviors create lawlessness. So we do have the certain rules in place in order for you to protect yourself from those type of situation. Second Amendment right, your self-defense statutes, all that stuff. But you do have people that don't care about none of that. All they're looking for is excuses so they can actually go out there and commit harm upon another person. And whenever you go out and make excuses for these type of individual, then you actually now embolden them, because they know that no matter what the hell they do, you're always gonna have people that's gonna make excuses for them. Perfect example, right? Um, if we're talking about, let's say, police brutality or something like that, we have two brothers, Bottom Jeans and let's say George Floyd. One of them would be considered an educated lame in the community, and then the other one would be considered a thug, right? You know who actually end up raising more money in GoFundMe? The thug, obviously. Why is that? Is it because to some people they feel like the thug is a better representation of black culture? Do they feel like a guy like Bottom Jeans, Bottom Jeans or something like that is not a good representation of black men? You know, successful, um, career path, career oriented. He just looks, a brother in a suit. So that we have to ask ourselves, what is the love that we have for thug culture, for damaged goods? Hold on a second, you're laughing, but I've actually made that arrest before or something like. Yep. Well, what are you talking about? Oh yeah, like some what arrest you talking about? Yo, you want to come in real quick? I'll send you a link. Hold on, I'm gonna send you a link real quick. Yeah, come in, man. I don't know if you're busy or not. Figured I got a little bit of time, so we could probably chat real quick. So yeah, like I said, man, there's a lot of things that look. At the end of the day, we have to ask ourselves: are we men or are we beast? Because those type of behavior is uncalled for, you know. And we live in a society where we have these laws for a reason, for a purpose, and the amount of excuses, the amount of backflip that I see people do in order to make excuses for bad behavior is very, I would say it's amusing, you know? Well, anyway, yeah, so Marquise, come in, man. Let me know what's going on. All right, maybe you're busy right now. Anyway, so like I said, um, this thing was that assault. I would say that was disgusting, and I am no fan of turn the other cheek. I'm no fan of well, you know what? Perhaps I should say sorry to de-escalate the situation. I don't know. I think I see it this way, right? Win or lose, you defend yourself to the best of your ability. And I think this is where um, me and some people would actually differ, because when it comes to the safety of my family and myself, that is non-negotiable. That is non-negotiable. And to think that people would actually come through and assault you or try to assault you because they feel some type of way, whether it's about your skin color or whether it's about like the way you talk, or whether they feel like you are easy mark, whatever the reason may be, you have those individual out there who will try that. And if you're not willing to defend yourself to the best of your ability, then you will fall prey. You will fall prey to that type of nonsense. And what I I disagree with fully is you have those type of individual who think that it's okay, who think that if you somehow defend yourself, you are advocating for murder or something like that. You know, and that is a cowardly way of thinking. You know, and making up excuses for those type of behavior is it shows cowardness. Like that Hispanic dude that just kept taking that slap, he doesn't earn my respect. Because to me, that is like you showing how weak you are. You showing that, like, win or lose, you go out swinging. Doesn't matter, gash somebody's eye out, just fucking like do the bicycle wheel, do something, motherfucker. Don't just sit there and take it, you know. And that's the thing, though. It's like they are. Look, here's how a lot of these bullies work, right? And those who make excuses for them, especially when you turn this into like a racial issue, because it is in their best interest to turn something like that and turn it into like some racially motivated attack, right? That's why you have these guys say like, oh, you know what? These three Hispanics guy, they were racist. He said something to me that was racist. So then therefore I have to whoop his ass, right? That's usually the excuses. Or, when they're attacking a white person, well, you know what? That person was racist. So that is a justification. They are banking on you to continuously make excuses for them, you know? And therefore, they're trying to disarm your mind first to let you know that, hey, you know what? I'm attacking you because you said something to me. You did something to me, right? You are racist. So then, therefore, I will attack you. I will try to, bring harm upon you. So, no, I don't, I don't think that behavior is appropriate. Because if intellectually, right, you cannot stay your position, or you choose to walk away. Simple. But if you constantly trying to attack someone because they may say something that you don't like or whatnot, try to assault someone because they say something you don't like, then that just shows the lack of control that you have as an individual. So now you got to ask yourself, are you a man or are you a beast? you know but anyway, so all right, Marquise, seems like you're not coming through. But anyway, so this is Arbanaka. I'm out of here. I'm not staying for long. So share, like, comment, and subscribe. All right, I'm out of here. Peace.